All right, in this short video, we're going to review how we can write the formula, the chemical formula for a compound, a neutral compound that is formed from ions. So when a compound forms from ions, positively charged ions are attracted to negatively charged ions, and they're attracted to each other until they form a neutral group. So let's use this example that you see on the screen. Write the formula for the compound that's formed from Fe3 plus ions and Cl minus ions. Here's one way to do it. Start by writing down the formula for one of each of those ions, Fe3 plus and Cl minus. Count the plus and minus charges. Based on what we have written down right now, there are 3 pluses and 1 minus. We want to get to a point where there's the same number of pluses and minuses, so we have a neutral compound. So let's put in another Cl minus ion into our group, and now we have 3 pluses from our Fe3 plus ion and 2 minuses. Still not the same number of pluses and minuses. So let's add one more of the Cl minus ions so that now we have 3 minuses and 3 pluses, the same number of pluses and minuses. So now we know how many of each ion we need. Let's write the formula for the compound. So the compound contains Fe. It only contains one Fe ion, so there's no subscript next to Fe. But we had to use 1, 2, 3. There we go, 1, 2, 3 Cl minus ions to get the right number of minus charges. So we use a subscript of 3 to show how many we used. FeCl3. The subscripts show how many of each ion are in the neutral group. All right, here's another way to do the same thing. Start by writing down the ions and their charges, and then take the numbers of the charges and make them the subscript of the other ion. Let's see how that might work here. Let's see if we can get this to work. So we take the number 3 and it becomes the subscript for Cl. We take the number 1 from 1 minus and that becomes the subscript for Fe. And so we end up with the same thing we had before. We end up with Fe with a subscript of 1. We don't write the 1 down. And we end up with Cl with a subscript of 3. Two different ways to do the same thing. Over and out.